Hello, my name is Marty Vasquez, and I'm a planner with the City of Edmonton. In this video, I will share information about a proposed rezoning application submitted to the city and provide details about how you can share your thoughts with us about this proposal. We will use your feedback to ensure our analysis of the application is as complete as possible, and we'll also summarize it for City Council so that they know your perspectives prior to making a decision. The proposed rezoning is for an approximate 9-hectare site located in the north-central portion of the Strathearn neighborhood. It is generally bounded by 95th Avenue to the south, 87th Street to the east, 90th Street to the west, and is situated one-half block south of Strathearn Drive. The site currently encompasses multi-unit housing in the form of 504 residential rental units in 52 low-rise apartments built in 1951. Known as the Strathearn Heights Apartment Complex. A commercial strip mall also exists and is located on the southeast portion of the site on the northwest corner of 87th Street and 95th Avenue. Single detached housing borders the site to the north, east, and west, while Silver Heights Park and two lower-rise apartment buildings are located along the north side of 95th Avenue, just east of 90th Street. The École Gabriel Roy school site is located south across 95th Avenue. The site is well situated adjacent to existing transit services along 95th Avenue and a future LRT Valley Line and Strathearn stop currently under construction. This site context allows for an ideal location for transit-oriented development. This application is also in close proximity to the Strathearn Park and the North Saskatchewan River Valley to the north, and Gallagher Park farther west. More localized open space opportunities are provided through the adjacent Silver Heights Park and the École Gabriel Roy school site with playground. This application represents the fourth attempt at redeveloping the site in the last several years. In January 2008, City Council approved a rezoning of the site to a DC2 site-specific development control provision to allow for the comprehensive redevelopment of the Strathearn Heights Apartment Complex and some surrounding parcels into a mixed-use urban village. Approved under DC2 716, this zone allowed for a maximum of 1,750 residential units and 3,716 square meters of commercial space. The residential units proposed were a mix of row houses, stacked row houses, and medium and high-rise apartment buildings. The buildings were to be placed on-site, so the height and density increased towards the center, allowing for appropriate transition to surrounding developments. The retail commercial space was intended on the first and second floors of buildings fronting 87th Street, near the southeast portion of the site. The approved rezoning included closure of existing road rights-of-way and the dedication of a new 88th Street, north of 95th Avenue, intended as the gateway to the site and core areas of the proposed urban village. 1.25 hectares was also dedicated for park spaces within 3 dispersed AP public park zone sites. Due to the changing economic and housing market situation in 2008, redevelopment of the site did not proceed. In July 2013, City Council approved a subsequent rezoning of the site from the approved DC2 716 and AP public park zones to a new DC2 site-specific development control provision and the redistribution of the AP park zone areas. Approved under DC2 840, the zone allowed for 150 more residential units for a maximum of 1,900 residential units, an additional 2,788 square meters of commercial space, for a total of 6,504 square meters of commercial space, changes to height for some of the buildings, the realignment of the future 88th Street gateway, reconfiguration of the future public park space centrally located within the redevelopment, and overall changes to the southern edge to better align with the future southeast LRT Valley Line approved by Council in 2011. In 2016, City Council approved a third rezoning to another DC2 site-specific development control provision as a result of the owner acquiring a commercial property at the southeast corner of the site at the northwest corner of 95th Avenue and 87th Street. Approved under DC2-917, this current zone incorporates the new property and added 3,296 square meters of commercial space for a total of 9,800 square meters, and increased and relocated the maximum height of 6 buildings near the central and southern portions of the site. The maximum allowable number of residential units remained at 1,900 units. A link to a comparison table highlighting key features of the 3 previous direct control zones against the current application has been provided on the right-hand side of this engagement webpage. The current rezoning application remains similar to the DC2-917 zone approved in 2016, with an anticipated full project build-out of approximately 1,900 residential units. However, it proposes to achieve this primarily through the use of conventional residential zoning through RF6, RA7, RA8, and RA9 zoning throughout the majority of the site, while establishing a new and smaller DC2 provision on the southern portion of the site adjacent to the future LRT station. Due to the economical feasibility constraints, the proposed 88th Street Gateway has been removed and replaced with linear greenways to leverage pedestrian connectivity throughout the site and to key neighborhood features such as the future LRT stop and surrounding open spaces. According to the applicant, this approach will provide flexibility for future development to respond to future market and housing needs. The placement of the conventional zones and the new DC2 once again seeks for the placement of taller buildings within the central portions and southern areas of the site, similar to the previously approved rezonings. Within the proposed DC2 provision area on the southern portion of the site, the applicant is proposing ground-level commercial uses within podium levels of high-rise and mid-rise towers to help activate the adjacent streetscape next to the LRT stop. The proposed DC2 provision would allow for buildings with the following characteristics: 2 high-rise towers with a maximum height of 81 meters, which is approximately 20 stories, a mid-rise tower fronting 95th Avenue just west of 87th Street, a floor area ratio of 5.0, up to 500 residential units, up to 65 square meters of gross floor area for commercial uses, underground parking, and community amenities in the form of public improvements, a transit plaza, public art, and the provision for family-oriented housing. The open space concept for the Strathearn Heights redevelopment has also been revised to allow for privately owned and publicly accessible open spaces and connects with other important open space nodes that surround the site. According to the applicant, the proposed concept takes advantage of the LRT stop, making the natural entry and gathering point of the site. A proposed transit plaza adjacent to the LRT stop provides this focal point, which is intended to connect to key open spaces throughout the area, including direct connectivity through linear greenways and easy access to proposed ornamental parks throughout the site. In combination with location-specific pedestrian crossings and proposed laneway improvements shown on the open space map, this concept further provides connectivity to the broader network of surrounding green spaces found in the area, such as Silver Heights Park, Strathearn Park, and the River Valley. This application is accompanied by 2 other components to support the rezoning: a road closure and plan amendments to the southeast area plan. As shown in the visual to the left, a road closure is proposed to close portions of laneway located north of 95th Avenue, approximately 55 meters west of 87th Street, to accommodate the proposed transit plaza. The application generally conforms with the intent of the Southeast Area Plan, which supports the redevelopment of the Strathearn Heights apartment site into a mixed-use urban village with a range of housing types and local small-scale commercial uses. Updates to the Southeast Area Plan are proposed to reflect the use of conventional and direct control provisions rather than all-encompassing direct control provision. Many different people at the city are reviewing this application from a variety of perspectives to ensure our analysis is robust and comprehensive. For example, we have transportation, drainage, and water engineers looking at potential impact to traffic patterns, servicing of the site, and drainage infrastructure. At this time, the city has not yet taken a position in support or non-support on this application. The city's position will be determined through a planning analysis and a technical review. Because of the current public health situation, the city is unable to host an in-person public engagement event to share information and collect feedback face-to-face. This webpage has been set up to fulfill this role as much as possible. You're encouraged to ask questions and provide feedback using the tools provided. You can remain anonymous, as only your chosen screen name will be provided and visible. Questions can also be directed to the city planner or developer, and a response will be provided by the appropriate group. Feedback received through this Engaged Edmonton webpage will be summarized and made available publicly, as well as included in a report to City Council, so that they are aware of your perspectives prior to making a decision on the rezoning application. Thank you. This concludes my presentation.